Aiden Fuchi was born on November 17, 2006, in Florida, USA. His dad's name was Jason Fuchi, and his mom was Crystal Smith. They were your typical middle-class American family. Aiden's mom was a stay-at-home mom, and his dad worked at Robinson's Irrigation Company in Jacksonville. Aiden's childhood wasn't exactly a cakewalk, you know. His parents split up early on, and they had joint custody over him. On top of that, his old man had some run-ins with the law. In January 2003, the guy got hit with charges of being harsh on his kid and neglecting his interests. Later on, he was found guilty and got sentenced to a year and 2 months behind bars. But wait, there's more. Jason also got accused of some shady sexual stuff with someone else. He got away with a conditional sentence in 2016. Ain't that something? Then, in 2021, Aiden's old man got arrested again, this time for getting into a brawl at a gas station. And guess who was there to witness the whole thing? You got it, 10-year-old Aiden. So, from a young age, the kid knew violence like the back of his hand, and he couldn't help but fantasize about beating someone to a pulp or even taking a life. In his teen years, Aiden started messing around with some banned substances, man. And his murder fantasies? They just got wilder and more radical, you know what I'm saying? Only a handful of his buddies thought it was just stories to cope with the family drama. But guess what? In 2021, he actually went and turned those sick fantasies into reality when he killed his 13-year-old girlfriend, Tristan Bailey. Tristan was born on January 18, 2008, in Florida, USA. She was in 7th grade and part of the cheerleading squad at school. Tristan and Aiden met at school and seemed to be a thing for a while, you know. Then, on the night of Saturday, May 8, 2021, the girl bolted from home to meet up with Aiden, without asking her folks for permission. Next morning, Tristan was supposed to help her siblings make breakfast to celebrate Mother's Day. When her mom went to wake her up in the morning, the poor woman freaked out 'cause Tristan was nowhere to be found. She called all her girls' friends, but nobody knew anything about where she was at. So, she reported her missing to the police, and the sheriff's office announced it using their alert system. Local folks formed search parties and put up flyers to help with the hunt for Tristan. Meanwhile, the investigators checked out surveillance cameras near Tristan's house. And what do you know? They spotted her walking through the mall parking lot with a guy who looked a lot like Aiden at 3 in the morning, not too far from the Woodland area. So, the cops went over to Aiden's place to check it out. During the search, they found a bunch of clothes drenched in blood and a couple of drawings with girls with severed arms. Aiden was soon hauled to the police station for some serious questioning. The teenager didn't hold back, admitting he saw Tristan the other night. But according to him, they parted ways, and he headed to the woods to clear his mind. The officers tossed the young man into the patrol car, and they asked him to reenact the route he took that night. Seemed like Aiden wasn't taking the situation too seriously. While sitting in the patrol car, he kept snapping pics and shooting videos, immediately posting them on social media. At the same time, he insisted to the police that he knew nothing about Tristan's fate and hadn't harmed her. All he claimed was that they were friends and wanted to spend some time together. The cops obviously didn't buy the kid's story as they reconstructed the events of that night. The search for Tristan came to an end when a local resident called the police, claiming to have found the girl's body near a small pond. Within minutes, the cops and forensics experts were on the scene. Tristan's body had over 100 stab wounds. After several hours of intense searching, they found the murder weapon, a small folding hunting knife. A piece of the blade was missing, later discovered lodged in the victim's skull. The next day, the results of the forensic examination were released, revealing 114 stab wounds on Tristan's body. The experts noted that she fought for her life until the very end, while the killer continued his attack until the knife broke. Judge Michael Outfield deemed there was enough evidence to lock Aiden up, so they shipped him off to the Juvenile Detention Center in San Juan. During the interrogations, the kid changed his story multiple times but still maintained his innocence. Meanwhile, at Jacksonville Church, Tristan's family, friends, and classmates bid her farewell. News of the 13-year-old's death spread nationwide. Thousands signed a Change.org petition demanding justice, wanting the killer to face the maximum penalty under the adult justice system. On May 27, 2021, the authorities announced that Aiden would be tried for first-degree murder as an adult. A month later, detectives also arrested his mother for allegedly concealing evidence. According to the police, she laundered the pants he wore that night, trying to convince the officers that her son was wearing different clothes. The investigation against her is still ongoing. In February 2023, the case took a surprising turn as the young man finally pleaded guilty to the first-degree murder charge. During one of the final hearings, Aiden, donned in an orange jumpsuit, appeared bewildered or even scared. The official trial had been postponed several times at the teenager's lawyer's request. March 22, 2023, saw a poignant moment when a letter from the defendant was read aloud, expressing remorse and seeking forgiveness from Tristan's family. Finally, on March 24, 2023, Judge Harry Smith pronounced the court's decision, sentencing Aiden Fuchi to life imprisonment. After serving 25 years, the court may consider a possible reduction of the sentence. His mother was absent during the sentencing. The case against her is still ongoing. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, folks. This has been your boy ZARGO. Thanks for tuning in and take care of yourselves and your loved ones.